Hi, my name's Amanda. I'm a coach and a channel, and welcome to Mondays the Spirit. This is a weekly series where I sit down and I channel a message from Spirit live. And then this message invites you into an experience to help embody it more deeply. And what I love about these Monday episodes is the way that these messages appear in two parts. Part one is really Spirit attempting to open your eyes to something new. And if there's a point in your life, if you're moving through a point in your life where you're looking for a new opportunity or a shift of some sort or a change, if you're feeling stuck or stagnant or blocked in some capacity, the best way to release that block and to be able to navigate your way through is with awareness. Awareness of a piece of information that's missing, awareness of an avenue that you may not have been willing to see, or awareness of how you're holding yourself back from taking the step forward that's going to create the impact and momentum that you're looking for. And that's what Spirit is trying to step forward to invite you in today, which is offering you awareness of a new perspective that's going to allow you to break through whatever resistance it is that you're coming up against at this time. And then the second part of this experience is a grounded embodiment of that message. And the reason why I like to go about it this way is because we can get caught up inside of consuming spiritual information or messages without ever integrating it fully. And when that happens, the message sort of goes in one ear and out the other, and we don't really know how to put it into action. And so it just kind of stays inside of our conscious mind as this beautiful idea. But if what you're looking for is change, if what you're looking for is to feel empowered inside of a way forward, the best way to go about receiving these messages is understanding how it's showing up for you and you specifically in your life. And so, Spirit is going to invite you to feel into how that's true for you, whether that be through a visualization exercise, a breathing exercise, or some sort of felt embodied somatic experience so that you leave this live today or this recording of this live understanding what to do for you in your situation moving forward. And then if you're here with me live today, after that, you're welcome to step forward, pop into the chat and engage with me and engage with Spirit. And if there's something that you would like to create more awareness of, specifically for you and what's going on for you in your life, you're more than welcome to ask. Ask whatever's on your heart, and we can have some sort of a back and forth so that you can leave this live with all of the clarity and the inner knowing that it is that you're needing at this time. So I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to tune in with Spirit and see what it is that they'd like to share with us today. Just give me a second. Okay, so they like to start with an image. And they're inviting you to close your eyes so that you can see and visualize this image in your mind's eye too, so that it really grounds into like a tactical experience for you. They're showing me like a few different images. What is it that you want to focus on? They're showing me like a side by side. So if you were to be standing on the edge of the water at a lake or an ocean and you're feeling your toes like crunching through the sand, and the sand is feeling wet and cold, and that feeling when the sand is wet and it's a little bit more compact than dry sand, and you're feeling the clear clean water kind of squish up through the sand as you're digging your toes into it, and you're feeling the roughness of the sand between your toes, that visceral feeling. They want you to really close your eyes and visualize what that feels like. And it's a really enjoyable experience to take your shoes off, to take your socks off, and to feel the ground underneath your feet, and to like curl your toes through the sand and feel the water beneath you. And they're saying that there's something inside of this experience that brings you down to earth, that makes you feel the aliveness inside of that moment in time where we're so used to walking around, not really paying attention to the ground beneath our feet because we are more concerned with what's going on at eye level or just below eye level on our phone or wherever it is that we're like looking to focus on, which is always ahead. We're always kind of moving forward in motion. Or even if we're stationary, we're sitting at a desk or at a table or on our couch in front of the television, there's not this intentionality placed towards the ground beneath us and the way it feels on the soles of our feet. But when you walk up to the water's edge and you take off your shoes and you take off your socks and you feel the sand and the ground and the water beneath your toes, there's a reason why you're doing that. And that's what they want to kind of tune into right now. What else do you want to say about that? They're saying the reason why you're taking the time to do that is because you're looking to feel alive. You're looking to ground into that moment in time and to feel the energy that that moment provides you, the relief, the motivation, the peace, the the fulfillment, the calling, whatever it is that that moment is offering you, you're looking to embrace it. Okay, what else do you want to say about this? And so they're asking you if a moment in time like that provides those sensations for you. If you're closing your eyes and you're visualizing this, you've done this before at some point in your life. We all have. And they're saying it's very visceral. Like you can go right back to that moment when you last did this and you know exactly what it feels like to feel the cool sand beneath your toes. And so they're asking you what inside of your life would provide you with a similar experience. What inside of your day to day life would provide you with the same visceral, calm, invigorating experience that that moment in time does? And they're inviting you into incorporating that into your life moving forward. They're saying that so many of us spend our day moving from one task to the next, and we don't take the time to ground into a moment in time because we're always searching for the next one. What can I get done off of my to-do list in the next moment that's going to allow me to get one step closer to the end of the to-do list? And they're saying that we don't really have an intention behind the tasks that we're doing other than getting them done for the sake of feeling the relief once it's over and you're on to the next thing. But does that ever provide you with the relief that you're looking for? That moment in time when you're curling your toes through the sand actually does. And they're highlighting the relief that it is that you're actually looking for, the full body exhalation that takes place when you're at the water's edge, just curling your toes through the sand. And like the stress relief, the nervous system exhalation, the full body feeling that I think a lot of us, a lot of you are needing. They're saying that they're feeling like a lot of tension bottled up and there's no outlet for release of that. And so you are feeling the brunt of that. You're feeling it in your chest. You're feeling it in your neck and your shoulders. You're feeling it in your gut. It's showing up as aches and pains and outbursts. And you're not 100% sure why all of a sudden this is accumulating for you. And they're saying this is why. It's the body looking to release that and exhale that and offload that. And it's up to you to provide the outlet for that and to remember what this is all for, to remember what you came here for, which is to experience a reality where you get to choose the moment by moment experience that you're having. And if figuring out how to provide you with that same moment of ease, of peace, of a giant exhalation is something that's going to allow you to feel invigorated or to feel like the answer to the question, what is this all for? Like, what am I doing this all for? Perhaps the answer is going to come to you in a moment of that release. That's what they're trying to say. You're looking for answers, you're looking for clarity, you're looking for connection. It can't come to you unless you take the moment to release all of the tension that has built up inside of you and provide an access point for it to come through. Because the insight that you are hoping to receive about what's next, where do I go from here? What am I meant to do here or with this or on the other side of this or with this person or with this situation requires a moment where clarity can be accessed. And that requires the willingness to be so present inside of your body, inside of your energy, and inside of what the universe is trying to reflect to you, that requires an openness to receive it. Where do you want to go from here? They're saying your energy is porous. Whether you realize it or not, you carry a field of frequency that radiates out from you. And it's just an energetic field that is the exemplification of who you believe that you are. And you walk around, and many of you, and myself included, shield ourselves from the world because we believe that that's necessary to protect ourselves. And so we create this like invisible barrier that doesn't allow the outside world to impact how we feel. And so we walk around staying glued towards the perceived sense of self that we feel is underneath. But what they're trying to show you is that you're asking for something new. And in order to be able to receive that, you need to let that shield down. You need to be willing to reassess your own frequency. So, the thoughts and belief systems about who you believe that you have to be willing to allow an outside perspective and outside impact to shift that. And that might feel uncomfortable. There might be a requirement or a necessity of feeling the impact of that new source of inspiration, which is going to feel dysregulating to a certain extent. Because up until now, you've been protecting yourself from it, and they're asking you to lower your defenses. But that is where the source of the inspiration that you're searching for is going to come from. It's going to come from the willingness to let it in, allowing other people, other experiences, and other perspectives to permeate that shield and that wall that you've so carefully built up around your person, and allowing it to come through. And they're just showing like little, you don't have to like blow it all up, just little cracks, being willing to open up little cracks here and there to a new thought, a new idea, a new perspective is going to be what slowly shifts and changes the vibration that you are feeling inside of this bubble that you've created around you. And that is going to percolate. That like new thought is going to come in, and you're just going to percolate for a little bit. And slowly it's going to shift how you see something, how you see the world, how you see yourself, how you see that situation. And that is going to be the thread that carries you through. Okay, if you have this new awareness of this situation, then you might have a new awareness of how you want to show up inside of it, a new choice, a new possibility, a new direction, or a new action. And so, what they're ultimately getting at with this is creating pockets of time where you feel safe to lower your defenses. When you're walking up to the water's edge and your toes are just touching the edge of that cool water, and you're curling your toes through the sand, and you're looking out at the horizon, and you take a deep breath and you just exhale. That is a moment of release where you are unknowingly lowering your defenses. You're saying, in this moment, I'm free. Nothing matters in this moment but this moment alone. And I'm so open to it. They're just saying you're open in that moment. You're open for life to reflect back to you whatever is available for it to. And that is what they're asking for you to begin to do when and where you feel ready to or willing to. Can you get really tangible on what that exactly looks like so that we can create a more grounded example of this? They're saying it can look like anything, but ultimately it has to provide a feeling of release, relief, a moment where you just stop, find a private space on your own, take a deep breath, and like physically exhale. And you might have to do it a few times. And you might notice that you get emotional. You might notice that you get a wave of like resistance or tension, which is your defense mechanism for the release that's trying to come through you. And they're just saying, practice, keep at it, and keep providing yourself with those pockets of time where clarity can come in. And slowly, you will become desensitized to that feeling that you are innocently and unknowingly holding at bay and at arm's length because you don't feel comfortable fully letting go, fully relaxing, fully releasing, fully being being you. Yeah, I'm just getting the feeling that a lot of you tuning in to this message had a hard life. Or maybe that's just coming up for you in this moment, and that's what I'm feeling. You're just feeling like the heaviness that this lifetime or this situation or this moment in time is providing for you, and it doesn't feel comfortable to take your foot off the gas and to like have a moment where you can fully breathe. You just feel like so tense. It's like you're bracing for impact. And they're saying they're just reflecting back to you that they see that, like what you're going through, you're being seen in that. You're not alone in that. And you're going to be okay. Everything is going to be okay. And it's so safe and it's so okay to exhale. Okay, where do you want to go from here? And if you're willing to try it, they want to take you through a small example of what that could feel like right now. So now is your opportunity to move through this with me and with them. So they just want you to close your eyes. If that feels comfortable, you don't have to. And they just want you to take some deep breaths. Breathing in through your nose And breathing out through your mouth. And just continue to do this. And as you're doing that, setting the intention that you're open. You're open to receiving the clarity that you've been looking for. You're open to receiving the relief that you would like to feel. You're open to receiving the messages that are trying to come through. And just setting that intention that you're open, you're desiring to be open, and you're willing to try to create more openness in your life. And you can even imagine curling your toes through the sand, visualizing yourself at the water's edge. If you have a cottage that you go to in the summer, just visualizing, they're just showing me that some of you might have a place that you go, that you feel relaxed and peaceful, and just visualizing yourself there right now. And continue to take deep breaths and allow this moment to bring in the inspiration that's here. And contemplate what you would do or what you might do if things were different. If you didn't feel so burdened and you weren't so frustrated and things were a little bit less stressful, what would feel really good to do or to say or to choose? And they just want you to recognize where your mind automatically goes. And you don't have to do it, and you don't have to choose it. They're just reflecting back to you that the clarity is here. There's a part of you that knows what feels good. It just doesn't feel doable. It doesn't feel tangible. Doesn't feel possible. And they're saying it doesn't have to. It just has to feel true. That this feels true for you. And isn't that what your intuition is here to provide for you? Is clarity in the form of truth. What you deep down know is right for you. And now that you have that small little bit of clarity and insight, allowing you created a small fissure in your energy field to invite that in, right? You lowered your defenses, it came through, and now you get to let it percolate. You get to let it integrate. You get to let it simmer. And they're saying before long, you'll know how to go about this. And just allowing for that trust and that confidence to come in time. And this is an example of what they were talking about. Taking small moments where you can physically go to a place that feels relaxing and breathe, or created in your mind. Ultimately, there's no difference because your experience is the same. And when you give yourself an opportunity to breathe, slowly lower your defenses and let relaxation in, clarity comes through. You were never blocked. You were never missing something. The messages were just trying to find a way through the small shield of protection that you've been wearing. And now you know exactly what's required to let that down enough to receive the inner knowing that's been trying to come through. And they're saying, moving forward, they invite you into an expression of what this could look like, how you could incorporate this into your life, and how you can build trust, not only with your own intuition, but with your ability to move through the world without needing to guard from it. Because you're just guarding from whatever pain you perceive to be beneath. And all that's needed is a moment to let it bubble up, to breathe through it, to feel the release, and allow for what comes next from that. And the more you do that, the less challenging it's going to be, the less painful it's going to feel, and the more trust you're going to have with the process. And this is going to become your fallback. Anytime you're unsure, anytime you're unclear, you're going to take a moment, you're going to have your visualization exercise, you're going to breathe, you're going to lower your defenses, you're going to set the intention to receive clarity and inner knowing, and you will every time. They're saying it's foolproof because there was never a disconnect there. There was only your unwillingness to perceive it because you were feeling too much stress. Is there anything that you would like to leave us with today? They're saying the peace that comes from these small pockets of time that you take to experience are needed. They're so needed. And it's up to you to see that. It's up to you to take personal responsibility for needing that and creating the outlet to release it. And they're saying it's up to you. And they're here to offer you any additional wisdom, guidance, or perspective that's needed. All you have to do is ask. And there's so many avenues that you can ask. There's so many opportunities to ask for that. Here is one of them. Or in your own time, in your own meditative experience with your own soul self, setting the intention to ask and receive. And regardless of the avenue that you take to receive the clarity that you're needing, the wisdom will come. It always does. Sometimes it doesn't come right away because it requires that you be in an open energy to receive it. But ultimately, they're saying energy is never stagnant, it's always flowing. And this too shall pass, meaning that we go through these swings where sometimes we're feeling agitated and we're feeling stressed and we're feeling shielded. And sometimes we let that down because we have periods and pockets of time where we don't need those expressions anymore. We're feeling joy, we're feeling relief, we're feeling comfort. And then that's when the inspiration comes through. And so ultimately, it's going to make itself available. It's just going to make itself available when you make yourself available. Hi, Stacy. Thanks, Amanda. I was having the toughest day. I needed to be reminded to breathe today. I'll go to the beach this afternoon. I knew I was feeling you. I was like, I'm pretty sure I'm feeling one person specifically. And so I'm so glad that you received this in a moment that you really needed it. Yeah, I do feel like you did need that. So, and I'm so glad that you live near the beach and that you can have that experience. Okay. That feels complete to me. Stacy, if you feel complete with that, I think I'm going to wrap this up for today. I really enjoyed how they not only explained this, but provided an experience in the moment so that you can take this and use it and move forward, like understanding how to put this into practice, which is exactly what I wanted from these lives was not just a message, but a way to actually utilize them for yourself whenever you want to, so that it becomes like there's like a self-induced, self-imposed learning experience rather than one that's just facilitated through myself in this moment. Hi, Adam. Nice to see you pop into the chat today. Stacy, now that my normal is joy, the swing feels so much harder. Oh, let me sit with that for a second because that is so valid. What do you want to say about that? They're saying the swing is harder or perceived to be harder, but the relief is that much more like embodied and experienced too, because you know how to ground fully into it. So, like, the pendulum swings further on both sides. So the relief is going to feel that much more impactful also. And they just want you to keep that in mind. Like anytime you swing away towards an experience that's heavy, know that the swing back is going to feel that much more that much more impressive. And you'll know what to do with it. You'll know how to get the most out of it, how to really embody it in a way that it's lasting. And this is just a moment in time where that's not your current experience, but it will be. And they know it will be, and they know that you know that it will be too. And to keep that in mind and allow that to create a little bit of levity. Just came in to say hi, wishing you all the best. Yeah, I could feel that you felt me. Yep, appreciate you. The feeling is so mutual. Okay. I'm so glad that that found you at a time where it needed to. And I'll be thinking about you standing at the water's edge. And keep me updated where you feel like you want to, if there's anything you want to share with me about what that experience offers you, or if that's something you want to keep to yourself. I love that for you too. But either way, I loved having this energetic exchange with you. And I'm sending you so much love. Whatever you're going through, this too shall pass. Have a great rest of your I never know where I don't know where you are in the world. But have a great rest of your day, and I'll speak to you soon, okay? Bye, Stacy. Bye, Adam. Bye, everyone. I'll see you next week. I'll see you on Wednesday. Bye.